Hey, 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 Butterfly Gang Gang, how y'all doing? It is December 13th, and this is your session with me, truly Prophetic Butterfly 111. So, I'm gonna go ahead and give you this message for this evening. Whatever comes out is what comes out. Take what resonates, leave the rest that does not. First cards up, we got Taurus hanging on up out of here. So, we're gonna go ahead and take it. What's going on with my Tauruses? Holy Spirit, angel guides, ancestors of the highest light. Can you tell us what else is going on in the high energy? We have square in reverse. All right, we get one more for y'all. What is going on in the high energy right now? What is going on? What is going on? Hope y'all having a good weekend. All right, we have ascendant and we have moon. First impression and the moon card. So we have feelings. All right, so somebody is in their feelings, possibly. I don't know. Let's see what is going on with the get down. All right, let's see. So these are our high energy cards. This is what's going on in the energy right now. The highest of the high, at the bottom of the deck, we have Gemini in reverse. All right. So let's see what's going on. My beautiful, beautiful fly tribe. All right, put this right here. All right, so we already know our Tauruses are strong. Our Tauruses are patient, possibly at times. Materialistic, obviously, of course. Earthy, you know it. Loyal, can be. Comforting, of course. They like the finer things in life. And with the square card in reverse, it's clearly letting us know that things aren't going so great. You know, they don't want the obstacles, they don't want the pressure, they don't want the power struggle, and they definitely don't want the confrontation that's popping off right now. With this moon being out here, things are being illuminated, things are, um, you know, the past dreams, feelings, everything is heightened, everything is out there. And with this ascendant card, um, it's just more about the outlook, impact, attitude of things, approach on how things are going. So let's see, what is this all about? And with this Gemini in reverse energy, somebody's not adapting, they're not connecting, and there is no something's disconnected. There's clearly no communication. There's no connection here with this Gemini in reverse. So we're gonna see what's going on. We already pre-shuffled the cards. So let's see what's in the energy. We have Eight of Cups. It's the end of a stage. Somebody's feeling abandoned. We have the Emperor in reverse. So there's a distorted Emperor here in the mix. We have the Chariot. So somebody wants to overcome some obstacles. We just said that up there. And we have the Ace of Swords. It's a disaster and a great loss. So let's see, what is this about? What is this about? With Taurus and Gemini clearly on deck. Let's see what's going on in the energy. We have the Queen of Cups in reverse. With this in the stage. So with this Eight of Cups, you know, somebody has to move away. Somebody's disappointed. They've reached the end of the line. This Queen of Cups in reverse is somebody that's, you know, that's not empathetic. They're not loyal. They're not lovable. I don't want to say lovable, but they're not full of love. They're not, you know, compassionate. They're not caring. And with this Five of Pentacles here, they're having a lot of regrets. They're feeling conflicted. They're alone. They miss somebody. Clearly, there's no communication, which coincides with what I just said up here with this Gemini in reverse. this Emperor. So this Queen of Cups in reverse is at the end of a rope. It's the end of a stage. They're in regret, they're in loss, and they're conflicted about this Emperor. This is somebody that is a leader, controlling, that can be controlling. They're, masculine. They got power. They doing their thing. It's the Emperor. So they're feeling trapped. Why are they feeling trapped though? What happened? What happened in this energy that made them feel like their hands are tied and they're tired of this situation? Things have clearly come to an end here, and again, here we go. It's faded. I'm pulling the oracles and the tarot all together. It's faded. So this is faded that this situation came to an end, and that clearly with clairvoyance in reverse, they're not seeing, they weren't able to see out their blind's eye. So intuitively, they aren't able to tap in. It's faded that this comes to an end in this situation. And this Queen of Cups is not a healer. They're not, they don't have the ability to see in dreams. They're not a healer. Things have just gone left in this situation. With this Emperor in reverse card here, this is somebody that was stubborn. They lost a lot. They were stubborn, and adversity and them being stubborn caused them to miss out and lose out on a lot of things. The sun is here. So the sun is illuminating these issues. With the sun here, clearly, success. This distorted Emperor thought that they were going into success. They thought they were going to be happy. They thought that they were on the winning team, but all they got was the Five of Pentacles. Obstacles, challenges, petty fights, quarrels, and they are done with this. They don't want nothing else to do with this mess. We have Corinthians 13:7. Love beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things. So they went into this possibly thinking that they were on the winning team, and now they see with these obstacles, they like, nah, this not right. This is definitely not right. And now they are hoping that love will help them get through this, that they will find their way up out of here. And out of here means this karma. They want up out this karma, and they are praying and hoping that love will be the winning team at the end of the day. Sometimes in life we make choices that aren't always the best choices, but that's what life is about. You win some, you lose some, you learn from the lessons, and you keep it moving. But you just gotta know what you're stepping into sometimes, and it's hard to know. And power, they want the power. They want the potential to have the abilities to come up out of these things. They want the love. They do. And they don't want this karma, for sure. But they can't rewrite the future. So it seems like this person is stuck in a situation that they don't want to be in. They don't know how to take action to change the course of the situation that they're in, but they want the power to be able to overcome the situation. With this Chariot here, they're trying to have a victory. Again, they want the power and the victory to overcome this situation and overbeat these obstacles. We have the Tower. So there's a forced change that is taking place that's forcing this person to overcome these obstacles, to have self-control, to be able to physically and mentally find a strength to be able to get out of whatever situation this is that they've gotten themselves into. So it's funny how these cards tend to follow me around in these readings. Life is all about choices, and it's hard sometimes to see which choices we are taking and making, because salt and sugar do look the same. But let's just keep going. All right, so we have the Seven of Wands, protecting yourself, boundaries. So this person is trying to have a victory to overcome these obstacles. They're being forced with this Tower. So something is happening in their life that's forcing them to have self-control and the ability to change their destiny. And now they want to set boundaries. They want to protect themselves. They want to set boundaries from whatever this is that they've gotten themselves into. Look at my hamster. Right there. I say good vibes only. This is in reverse. So this person is not protected. They're not feeling good vibes at all in whatever situation that they've gotten themselves into. Okay? We have watching. So this person is watching a situation. Possibly they're watching their surroundings. They're watching the people around them. They're watching social media. They're watching comments. They're curious. They're trying to figure out what's going on. They're trying to put all the pieces of the puzzle together. We have boundaries. Why are they watching? They didn't set boundaries. They didn't set boundaries, and now and they know they're not protected. They don't trust the people that are around them. And with these boundaries here, now that they know these things, they're trying to protect themselves. They're trying to change the way things are. With this forced Tower, divine messages. They're listening to divine. Divine is telling them, pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to what's going on around you, who you have around you, what you're doing, where you're going, how you're moving. So we have this disaster. Where were they walking to? Into a disaster, right into judgment. So this person is trying to ascend. They're trying to have a rebirth, to awaken and have some possible change, but there is nothing but disaster and losses and quarrels around them. Yet we have the Ace of Wands. They're trying to have good luck and have this rebirth with this judgment. They want to have success and be able to create some type of new spark and something in their life to turn things around. We have Mars here. So they have desire, they have energy, sexual energy coming off this card. Okay? Toxic. They don't want to be toxic anymore. So apparently this individual is realizing what's been around them. These obstacles, they don't want this energy anymore. They no longer want to be in this type of situation. They want to heal. They want to heal themselves. They want to heal their energy. They want to recreate a situation that's healthy. And they don't want to be involved with this witchcraft, whether that's witchcraft can be a number of things. It can be word magic. It can be, speaking ill will on people. That's a form of witchcraft. That whether you're physically entertaining it or you're using your words, your thoughts to wish harm on others or to negatively impact others. When you tend to project on others, that can be another form of witchcraft. Unfortunately, people don't understand, but that's how it goes. What else do we need to know, Holy Spirit, in reference to this situation? We have the Two of Swords, indecision. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Success is being delayed. We have the Nine of Cups in reverse, disappointments and frustrations, not getting what you want. We have the Six of Wands, work results, triumph, achievement, success, and victory. So let's see what's going on. All right, so with the Two of Swords here, we have indecision, stagnation. Somebody had to make some painful choices. They didn't have the confidence. They didn't receive any success or opportunities in this situation, and they no longer want to play mind games or be deceptive. They want to come out of this silence, and they don't want to play to win anymore. They were moving in the sense of, doing whatever it takes to get what they want. And I feel like this person is realizing that this is not effective at all. Um, we have first house Aries energy. So this is personal identity. Physical appearance, attitude, temperament, approach on how you move in finagle situations. We have arrogance. So this Aries energy was moving in a very arrogant manner, and now they don't want to move in this energy, or they're realizing that they were moving in this energy, and that's where there's no mind games and not playing to win anymore, and they're paying attention to their actions. And again, we have this clarisense, so they're losing their gifts. They're realizing that moving how they're moving, they're taking losses. Mediumship. So maybe this person was very spiritual. This person was spiritual to some degree, because I'm seeing a lot of the clairs coming out up here, and maybe they didn't realize it. I'll pull one more. Look at that. Wow. They weren't listening to divine. They weren't listening to the divine at all. And because of this, they're losing their gifts. Use them or lose them. And I feel like they were using them the wrong way, and now they're being taken. They're being stripped. We have successes delayed, poor money management. They were greedy. This person was moving in a selfish, greedy manner. Now they want to heal. They want to have a higher level of consciousness after this betrayal and sadness and separation. They possibly went through a breakup. They're feeling lonely. They're having regrets. All right, so we have in reverse, heaven is not reached by a single bound, but we build the ladder by which we rise. And this is in reverse. So this person wasn't moving in a way of integrity, I feel. The very next card is direction. So this person lost their direction. Possibly they were moving in a sense like they were hiding themselves, and now they're unclear on what they want to do, where they're going. They got all these mixed signals, and it's just confusion. Possibly drinking, and their heart chakra is closed. We have heart chakra in reverse, so their heart chakra is blocked. They didn't have any compassion or love or forgiveness for a situation. Somebody is not in the working class. With these disappointments and frustration, this 9 of Cups in reverse, they didn't see things clearly for what they were. And we had the 6 of Swords in reverse. So there's no communication here. They didn't have the conversations that should have been had. They didn't move on. This King of Pentacles, somebody that's stable, successful, powerful. They're a provider. They should have walked away from something. 7th house, that's a Libra. Libra energy. House of partnerships, business partnerships, marriage, legal ties. So there's clearly some type of business or family ties here, contracts, negotiations. Cord should have been cut somewhere down the line here. We have boundaries. So this person should have set boundaries, or now they're trying to set boundaries in a situation here that's restricting them possibly. Now they're saying no, when before maybe they just roll with it. All right, we have oh so powerful. Somebody is not as powerful as they thought they were in this situation, and they're realizing, or they're waking up to the fact that there's no peace here. There's no peace here. They haven't had any type of spiritual connection. It's just a lot of confusion. Um, so with the Six of Wands moving on, we have the Six of Wands. This person wants victory. They want to triumph. They want, to be recognized, the center of attention. King of Cups. So this King of Cups wanted to be the leader. This King of Cups wanted to be the center of attention. This King of Cups wanted, to be able to call the shots, possibly. We have the Knight of Swords. Quick communication. They were reckless, intelligent, confident. Maybe, again, we did see arrogant. So maybe this person moved in a way where they thought they had everything under control. They thought they had it all figured out, and they were going to have the victory and the win. Anonymous. You can't compete where you don't compare. It's like a knife and a spoon race. You might not scoop well, but you sure can cut through the competition. So clearly, this here went the wrong way. They misjudged this situation. We have guilt in reverse. So this person didn't feel guilty for how they were moving. Again, this arrogance took them over and beyond the expectations that they had for themselves. Escape. There's no escape. It's in reverse. So they can't escape whatever this is. They done dug the hole for themselves, and they have to deal with it. It is what it is at this point. And with this ancestry work in reverse, that means that their spirit guides aren't helping them. Because, again, all through this message, we had divine messages. So divine was trying to talk to this person. They tried to get this person to understand what they were going on, and they weren't listening. So it's like a parent and a child. You tell them don't touch the stove, they touch it, they get burned. After a while, you just, you got to sit and watch. You got to let them fall on their face a little bit. Take everything from them and see how they move. Got to let them learn the lesson. That's where that Tower comes in. All right? What is the outcome, Holy Spirit? What is the outcome? We had a Knight of Cups in reverse. We had the Ten of Swords. That's not good. We have the Eight of Wands in reverse. And we had the Two of Cups. So somebody was ruthless, deceitful. Now they feeling betrayed, stabbed in the back. There's a lot of jealousy and delays in business and love affairs. They wanted friendship and harmony. They wanted connections, possibly in business or love. Let's see. Deceitful, ruthless, Three of Cups in reverse. So now there's no more third party. There's no more reunion. There's no collaborations with this group. My Nine of Pentacles, that's my Pretty Princess card. That's somebody that is in pre-Empress energy. So I'm looking at this. Somebody was lazy, they were deceitful, and they were ruthless. And because of their actions, there will be no friendship, no collaboration, no reunions with this pre-Empress, with this pretty princess. That's my Pretty Princess card. 11th house. This is Aquarius energy. It's in reverse. House of Friendships in reverse. Social groups reverse. Humanitarian causes. Collective projects. So a lot of things are in reverse. A lot of things are going downhill when it comes to relationships and community group. Stagnation in reverse. They don't want this. They don't want to be in this stagnant energy. What else do we need to know? Trust this path. Doubt, insecurity, fear. So this person is having a lot of doubts and fear about the path that they took or the path that they're on. Root chakra. Okay, so this person needs to get grounded. They need to handle some basic needs for themselves. Clear their energy. Go walk out in some grass. Go hug a tree. Go get, grounded with the earth. Go to the beach, walk in the water, get in the sand. You gotta do a little bit. Change gears with your energies. Ten of Swords. This person lost their power. They lost the balance. No longer can be a trickster. They're feeling betrayed, stabbed in the back. They hitting rock bottom. Temperance. They lost balance. They haven't healed. They're not meditating. They don't have patience. It's a lot going on in this energy. They don't have the courage or the power. I just said that. Magician in reverse. They don't have the courage or the power. They don't have the confidence, but they want to have the strength to be able to overcome these obstacles. Stood up in reverse. So this person, they're no longer busy. They were putting on a show like they were, top notch. They were doing things. They didn't stand up like they should have. Canceled plans. They don't have any more plans. It's like things are just at a standstill. All right. We have the Middle Ages. Decapitated. So things are just getting cut short. Like things are just done. Like they're out in the open. No tarot cards in reverse. So they can't get readings. They can't tap in. Like they've been cut at the source. Everything's just done. Like they don't have access. And with this jealousy, delays, love affairs, stars in reverse, they don't have any hope. Partnership with this lover. They don't have any hope for a relationship or partnership. Jealousy, delays in business and love affairs. So there's no hope for this partnership or this, the choices that they made when it came to this partnership. We have the Chariot. So they were trying to have success and control over the situation. They're trying to have the willpower to be able to be disciplined and make some forward movement. Accused in reverse. They don't want to be accused. They don't want to they don't want to have to explain themselves. They want to just come in and pick up where they left off, but things don't work that way. Blockages, yeah, something is in your way. Like you can't close one door without opening. You can't open another door without closing one. Like you have to. When the trash is full, you got to take it out. You can't just leave it there. Like the things just start overflowing. Blockages. They can't tap in. We just said, their access has been cut off. And they don't want to feel abandoned. So they feel blocked. They can't tap in. We saw watching earlier. They can't see what's going on. They don't know what's going on. But they don't want to feel abandoned. They don't want to feel left behind. So we have this Two of Cups here with this love, harmony, true feelings, connections, proposals. That could be anything. It can be business. It can be, love relationships. It doesn't necessarily have to be love. It doesn't, it can be anything. Friendships, business, partnerships. Wow. So we have love and harmony. This person is planning to move forward with a partnership with a Queen of Swords. Who is the Queen of Swords? The Queen of Swords is the ruthless, cutthroat, truthful, most logical queen in the deck. So she wants to give it to you straight. She wants to tell you what it is, how it is, with no cut cards. Throat chakra is wide open. But this person has issues with telling the truth, with, expressing how they feel. They're having a hard time being able to relate to this Queen of Swords, how they feel. But they didn't, and there's no effort here. They didn't put in any effort. Lack of action, not trying, making others feel disapproved. So, You can't get anything if you don't put anything out. You want something, you gotta work hard for it. Share your gifts are meant for others. So they want this Queen of Swords to share her gifts. Throat chakra, communication, boundaries, truth. One thing the Queen of Swords is going to do is tell you the truth. And you might not like it, but she's going to tell you the truth because that's all she know how to do. Why? Because she has integrity, nobility. That's how she moves all day, every day. Let's get you some emotions to see how is this person feeling emotionally. Holy Spirit, ancestors, how is this person feeling with their emotions as we are speaking? What they need to know about these energies. Inspiration. This person is feeling inspirational. So, inspiration is the enlightenment from within, allowing you to see the infinite possibilities of the world. When you are in a state of inspiration, the universe guides you towards what you truly desire. Let's see. What does the universe... Ooh, the bottom of the deck, we have anger. All right, so we have to send that anger somewhere. Hold on now. Anger is unmet need of a boundary that has been crossed. It reminds you to set healthy boundaries to protect yourself. When packing anger, learn to be calm and reflective, discovering growth opportunities within. We did see that earlier. We saw the setting boundaries twice in this reading. Universe, what do you want us to know about this reading? What does this person need to know? What do they need to know? Universe, Holy Spirit, divine ancestors, spirit guides, what do we need to know? That went back in there, so we're going to try it again. What do they need to know? If anything, nothing's coming out. Okay, here we go. All right, so what do we have? If you find yourself constantly seeing reoccurring numbers or words, it's a sign that you are being supported, cared for, and divinely protected by the universe. Beautiful things are about to happen to you. So, again, things happen, but there's always hope at the end of the tunnel. There's light at the end of the tunnel. There's hope. I always say, speak what you want into existence. Change your thoughts. Change your patterns and how you process things, how you move in this world. Things aren't always destined to stay the same. You get what you put out. So if you put out greatness, you get greatness. If you put out negativity, you get negativity. Everybody has the same 24 hours in a day. Everybody can make choices. That's why everybody has free will. So with that being said, move with intention and make your intentions your best intentions. Oh, before we go, let's break down these cards up top. We have this Taurus, this square in reverse, the moon, the ascendant, and this Gemini in reverse. So with this Taurus energy, we have the Fool in reverse. So this person is obsessive, they're irrational, they know they made some wrong decisions. We have the Knight of Pentacles. This person has stagnant energy, but they're trying to be patient. They are hardworking. They're very slow moving, the slowest knight in the deck. But they want to make a solid offer. World card. Alright, so they are going through karmic cycles. They've learned a karmic lesson, or they are learning a karmic lesson. And a cycle has been closed. Not necessarily closed, but it is going to be a lot. They're going to have to put in a lot of hard work to be able to overcome these obstacles and to be able to reach success. Ninth house, that's Sag energy. So higher education, foreign languages, religion, personal beliefs. Like they don't have to, they're working on these things. They're paying more attention to these things. And we have destruction here. So with this destruction, possibly the way they moved with their religious beliefs, or the way they moved with their, their culture or their perspective, house of philosophy, the way they think, the way they process things, it brought nothing but destruction. So we have this square in reverse. So in the upright, it creates restrictions, obstacles, pressure, power struggles. It's in reverse. So this person wants out of this type of energy. So we have the Ten of Pentacles, unexpected financial windfall. They want, wealth and prosperity and happy endings. The Emperor. So the Emperor wants his happy ending. They want they wealth and they happily ever after. Justice in reverse. So with the Justice in reverse, there were a lot of lies told. There were a lot of harsh judgments, lack of proper balance, and a lot of legal entanglements. They have to, sort this out some kind of way. Proverbs 18:12 in reverse. Before his downfall, a person's heart is proud, but humility comes before honor. So they didn't want to be humbled. This is in reverse. And for people who could read upside down, shout out to y'all, because I just read this upside down. But this person did not want this experience, but they are being humbled at this time. What else do we have? Identity in reverse. So this person lost their identity in the process of all of this. And, it didn't turn out too great. So we want to go on to the next one. We have the Moon card. And the Moon highlights feelings, femininity, cycles, mother, soul, lineage. Let's see what we have. What's going on here? The Moon hides secrets too. So this person's trying to have the strength to have courage and success and just be great. Have inner strength to tame that beast, that monster within. Let's see. Strength in reverse. Okay. So again, they didn't have the strength came out first. They want the strength. And here it comes out again in reverse. So this person, they want to come out of this, lack of power, lack of confidence, lack of independence, just not having a brave heart. They want to come out of this energy. We got the Seven of Swords. It's betrayal. They want out of this crap. They want out of this double life. They want out of this sneaky, trickery, betrayal, deception energy. And they are sorry. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. So this person has had a realization of some things. And trust issues. So it's in reverse. So this person doesn't want to be perceived as overly protective, of having anxiety, jealous. They don't want to be seen as in such manner. But again, everybody makes choices. Things happen. Ascendant. First impression, your role, public mass, outlook, attitude. We just talked about that, how they are being seen. Knight of Wands in reverse. Prejudice, ill intention. Okay. Four of Cups. This person's unhappy, jealous, not getting what they want. Toxic. They don't want to be seen as toxic. There's a lot of heavy energy there. Okay. Karmic ties. Fool in reverse. Again, obsessiveness. Not being free-spirited, not having faith in the journey, not having a new start. Lustful. Lust came right on out with that, with this toxic energy. They run right together, neck and neck. So that devil energy will have you running circles around your daggone self. All right. So, my beautiful butterfly family, this is the message. Remember, speak what you want into existence. You create what you think, you feel what you attract, and you imagine what you become. Have love. Love always wins. Good vibes only. Vibrate high, and that's how you're going to get yourself out of any situation. God first, God speed. Love y'all.